Welcome to dramaU. Hello, dear K-drama fans. I'm your K-drama analyst. Today, we're going to provide an in-depth analysis of the ending and Easter eggs of Coward and Fairy, the most controversial Korean drama of 2025. This fantasy campus romance drama starring Cho Yi-hyun Choo can be said to be one of the most talked about works in the Korean drama industry this year, but it's also simultaneously the most disappointing representative of unsatisfying endings. First, let's review the basic information of this drama. Coward and Fairy is a Monday-Tuesday drama that aired on Korea's TVN television from June 23 to July 29, 2025, adapted from the webtoon of the same name created by Min Soo-min. The drama was directed by Kim Yong-won, who previously directed Political Whirlwind, with Young Ji-hoon as the screenwriter. The drama consists of 12 episodes in total. What makes it special is that this is the second collaboration between Cho Yi-hyun and Choo Young-woo after School 2021, which filled many fans with anticipation. The core setting of the plot is quite attractive. The story tells of Park Sung-ah, who is an ordinary female high school student by day but transforms into a shaman by night. She always accepts commissions to help with exorcism at night, so everyone calls her Fairy Lady. When she falls in love at first sight with Bae Kyeon-woo, a transfer student who carries a death curse and misfortune, she embarks on a path of fighting against fate to save her first love. This setting is inspired by the love myth of the cowherd and weaver girl in East Asian legends, integrating modern campus, fantasy destiny, and youthful first love elements. Looking at the character settings, Park Sung-ah, this dual-identity female high school student, is very interesting. During the day, she's an ordinary student, but at night, she's a young shaman with power, full spiritual power, willing to challenge fate to save the person she loves. Bae Kyeon-woo is a former archery star, a misfortunate young man who has carried a death curse since birth. He appears cold and distant on the surface, but is very kind at heart. Such character settings indeed attracted a large audience during the early broadcast. In terms of viewership performance, the drama had quite impressive opening results. The first episode achieved a 4.3% viewership rating, with the highest segment reaching 5.2%, far higher than the opening viewership of the previous drama Please Stop Drinking. However, the good times didn't last long. The fourth episode hit the show's lowest viewership of 3.5%, showing a continuous decline trend. Interestingly, the final 12th episode achieved the show's highest viewership of 4.9%, with the highest segment reaching 6.1%. This might reflect the audience's curiosity about the ending, but the result was greatly disappointing. When the drama premiered, it was hailed by the media as the next Carrying Sungjae on My Back, mainly because it explored themes of fate, love, and supernatural intervention. Through the relationship between Park Sung-ah and Bae Kyeon-woo, it presented the struggle and growth when youth faces destiny. The shaman culture, talismans, inverted walking, spirit entities, and other fantasy elements were quite well integrated in the early stages, with special effects, costumes, and scenes all carefully restored. We must mention the drama's OST, especially the theme song sung by Cho Mi-yeon and Choo Young-woo, which added a melancholic and romantic atmosphere to the plot. This is an advantage that audiences unanimously acknowledge. However, even the best music couldn't save the collapse of the plot. Now let's talk about the most crucial ending problems. The ending of Coward and Fairy can be said to be one of the big, disasters in the Korean drama industry in 2025. First is the overly hasty plot conclusion. The last two episodes were completely absurd, with many important plot points not properly handled. After watching, audiences expressed it's so ugly and completely incomprehensible. A more serious problem is the contradiction in character settings. The character Yeon-ha is considered the most regrettable part. Her transformation from losing a child to feeling despair about the world should have been a key plot point worthy of deep portrayal, but the screenwriter gave almost no in-depth description and glossed over it carelessly. The most outrageous is the character Bong-su. The drama set him up as a vicious, evil god, but what was presented to the audience was just a mischievous chunibyo, an even somewhat cute child, completely inconsistent with the plot description. This huge gap between setting and presentation left audiences completely unable to understand what the screenwriter was trying to express. The acting also received considerable questioning. Audiences pointed out that both male and female leads had acting problems. The two should have had chemistry, but it felt like each performed better when acting with other supporting characters. Particularly Cho Yi-hyun portrayal of Bae Kyeon-woo was extremely awkward in character setting, making it difficult for audiences to relate. Speaking of Easter eggs, this is probably the most disappointing part for audiences. Due to the hasty plot conclusion, the Easter eggs and foreshadowing that might have been originally designed were not properly handled. Audiences expected to see more in-depth exploration of shaman culture, further development of character relationships, and complete construction of the fantasy worldview. But all of these were hastily dealt with in the final episodes, completely failing to provide satisfying answers. From a production perspective, the failure of Coward and Fairy reminded Korean drama makers of several important issues. First is the importance of script integrity. You can't just have a good beginning without proper ending planning. Second is the consistency of character development. You can't arbitrarily change character settings for plot needs. Finally is respect for the original work. Adapted works should maintain the spirit of the original, not completely deviate from it. Overall, although Coward and Fairy had innovation in subject matter selection and initial settings, integrating campus fantasy, romance, and other elements, it failed to maintain consistent quality and execution. The drama went from high expectations at the beginning to disappointing conclusion, becoming a typical case of being anticlimactic. Although the ending was disappointing, we should also fairly say that the drama still had commendable aspects in music, visual effects, and some actors' performances. However, overall, it indeed failed to meet audience expectations, becoming a major regret in the Korean drama industry in 2025. For audiences who love fantasy-themed Korean dramas, Coward and Fairy can serve as a warning, reminding us that good settings and cast cannot guarantee a work's success. Script integrity and execution are the key factors. We hope that future Korean drama productions can learn from this failure and bring audiences higher quality works. Thank you for watching today's Korean drama analysis. If you have other Korean drama works you'd like to know about, please let me know in the comments. See you next time.